Hello, Rooted Cosmic Souls. I haven't done a pick a card in a while, and on my walk today with Onyx, I was blessed with quite an intense walk with the wind, and for me that means the Orisha Oya was out and about, and I just started talking with her, and the thought landed me into doing a pick a card. Insight from the Sacred Feminine for those who wish to weave new stories. I thought we'd engage a deck that I've been thinking about using a little bit more to try to reactivate my relationship with my muses. As some of you know, I am working on a fiction book. It's so close to being completed, but when I started working on the process guide, Healing the Patriarchy Within, the muses kind of switched over. And the muses for that book have been working with me, and the muses for my fiction-based story have yet to return. All in divine timing, I'm sure. But I've been using this deck called the Literary Witches Oracle to sort of ease me back into creative writing. So you're going to choose one of the three. There are 5 cards total in each, so they should be pretty quick insight messages. It's the same deck for each pile, same number of cards for each pile. You can choose 1, 2, or 3. All 3 really depends on, what you're interested in hearing and listening. Okay, so the one option is Charlotte Perkins Gilman, and it comes with the word freedom. Another option is Eileen Change, and it comes with fate. You hear Onyx itching, scratching in the background. It's her hello. The other option is Sappho, and it comes with love. So we'll read each individually. Take a moment to feel in which you might want to work with. Insight from the Sacred Feminine for those who wish to weave new stories. So for those who chose Charlotte Perkins Gilman, comes with the leading word freedom. Also consider oppression, what frees you, the systems at work. Charlotte Perkins Gilman, born in 1860, returned to spirit in 1935. She is best known for The Yellow Wallpaper, a story inspired by the disastrous sexist rest cure prescribed for her postpartum depression. In her day, Gilman was also famous as a social critic, giving popular lectures on economic and social reform, and for her unconventional life choices. Her utopian novels and nonfiction are worth revisiting for their visions of a cooperative society and the place of gender roles in economics. Okay, so we're gonna weave this story in its totality instead of reading card by card. That's who's holding space for us, Charlotte Perkins Gilman. We got higher self coming in, balance, guardian of the heart, alignment, poppy, and a journey card, which is the equivalent to the Fool. This is transmute. Trust that you have the power to transmute. So this idea of insight for those who wish to weave new stories, insight from the Sacred Feminine, from those who wish to weave new stories. So we've got this new journey opening up, and the energy being offered from your higher self is to trust that you have the power to transmute. This is definitely for Rooted Cosmic Souls, leading into the energy of Charlotte Perkins Gilman, who in her time deep within the construct was saying, no, there are other ways in which we can be expressing our free will and choice, that there is a space for freedom for all of us to feel. And the higher self is saying, hey, weave stories that offer you balance, which is interesting, right? Just did a broom closet around this idea of balance, right? So you can take balance as in any way that works for you. Know that I'm offering this idea, the context within balance, it is how to balance, or the being and doing of balancing your sacred feminine and your sacred masculine to come into your sacred self, which for me is the equivalent of your higher self. And know that your higher self is here, is holding space with you to weave these new stories. You are beginning a new journey, quite clearly, with the Fool card coming in. That basically means like a new journey is commencing. I've been talking about the timeline shift that occurred internally for folks. This is affirming, confirming that message. If we weave in the poppy that's arrived, I believe that poppy, it does have a long history with magic, medicine, and politics. I was just recently reading through the Oracle book for this, and I believe that's what it said. Now, poppy is the source of a powerful class of drugs known as opiates. And it also, I love that we asked for the divine for the sacred feminine to come into this, that, you know, poppies are also carved with many Greek goddesses. They're depicted holding poppy flowers. So in the magical sense, in the plant spirit sense, we can start telling new stories about earth and the plants and our connection to them. Traditionally, poppy is a great friend and ally to humanity. Its nature is in soothing and treating deep exhaustion and illness. And so that, you know, that leads us back here to the balance, and creating balance as a new sense of balance as you start embarking on these new stories. The energy of poppy is going to help you rest and regenerate. It can also help you listen to your dreams, let go of any sense of agenda, accomplishment, or competition that you have. So again, it's going to help you release binds of the construct, which in essence is moving in balance with your divine feminine, your sacred feminine, and your sacred masculine. I want to see what the book itself says for the divination meeting for poppy. Here, poppy appears as a dream phantasm to the sleeping poet artist reclining in slumber. Surrounded by the stars outside and within, the twin guardian stag skulls illuminated by candlelight urge us to seek the truth between the horns among the stars. Poppy tells you to pay attention to your dreams and find your creative voice in those dreams. Let go of assumptions about yourself and what you can and cannot do, and find your creative sense of self. Enter into the mystery of your own being and return with your own treasures. So this idea of illuminated by candlelight, the twin guardian stag skulls illuminated by candlelight urge us to seek the truth between the horns among the stars. Again, that balance, right? The truth between them, that balanced place. And like that truth is ever moving depending on your now. And I also love that the poet is lounging with the poppy, as you know, we're getting this message through the sacred feminine of literary witches. And from our higher self as rooted cosmic souls, many of us do identify as, you know, brujas, witches, priestesses, all the different words that have been given to this idea of connecting, understanding our connections as embodied spirits, our connection to each other through divine love and oneness, and our connection to earth. Earth is us, we are earth. And that we are in this time, this moment where we are creating new stories. We're the fool ready to create new stories, and we can trust that we have the power to transmute. The action that's offered here is guardian of the heart. It's going to bring in alignment. It is about really deepening the relationship with your heart chakra. And the offering is stay true to what you know in your heart. Protect what is dear and important to you. And that's how you can stay true to your higher self. The energy that the poppy is bringing in to see your dreams in a new light, right? To see your creative self coming in and helping you in a new light, to create new stories of balance and freedom. Okay. Anything else? I'm trying to see what else would be in here. If it is of interest to you, the numbers that arrived are 27, 20, and 0. See if there is any action offered that you can take with you. For those who like to have clear considerations, this one here, higher self, the divination from this is you will feel confident in taking a leap of faith, a courageous exit, and bold move. Allowing yourself to be guided by the strength of others and your own truth will inspire action that is in alignment with your higher self. So I love this. It is in alignment. This is the offering. And so if you're feeling unsure about the alignment, go into your heart chakra, but understand you're being given the energy of balance to be able to be guided by the strength of others and your own truth, right? So after embracing higher ideals, the new stories that we've been talking about, this internal timeline shift, after embracing higher ideals and taking conscientious action, you will realize that you are the best version of yourself. That conscientious action, when it comes from the heart, stay true to what you know in your heart. Protect what is dear and important to you. Which could be, if you chose this, this idea of freedom, equality, equity, might be something that really resonates for you, beyond the fact that, yeah, those things resonate for us, but it could be more aligned with your purpose, your path, what you believe you came here to do. Beautiful. Thank you so much. If this was your choice, your path, really beautiful. Thank you for bringing in this energy. And my energy is going to stay with me. Your energy is going to stay with you. Thank you to our higher self and the sacred feminine for bringing this in and all the other energy that arrived. Sending so much compassion, grace, kindness, love out to all individuals and for the greater good of all. Unfettered and infinite love and gratitude. Hello there. So you wanted to take an insight journey with Eileen Change and fate. Other words include outside forces, events falling into place, and acceptance. Eileen Change, born in 1920, returned to spirit in 1995, was born to an opium-addicted, traditional Chinese father and a westernized mother who learned to ski on bound feet. When 17-year-old Chang contracted dysentery, her father dismissed her claims of ill health and locked her up in her bedroom for 6 months. She escaped with the help of her nurse. Witty and stylish, Chang was famous in Shanghai for her fiction about troubled romance and family betrayal. Though she died as a recluse in Los Angeles, her work remains popular and beloved in China. So right off the bat, I want to say that if you were trying to decide between the path of Eileen Change or the path of Charlotte Perkins Gilman, you might, and you landed here without engaging that path, you might want to engage that path. There might be something in that path for you. So let's see what. Hi, baby. Hi. Alex has joined us. Do you need to go outside? Okay. Okay, I have to be back. Alex needs to go outside. Come on, let's go. No, you just want everybody to know that you're here. Okay. Bubs. Okay, folks. Another sign might be if you have a love of dogs, if you have a spirit guides, or you might be getting messages from dogs. Onyx is behaving differently than she was during the first path, the insight path with Charlotte Perkins Gilman, and she really wants to be in my lap right now and like part of the reading. So that is a message for someone. But let's go ahead and see what we are given. Release, pride, a protective action. Yarrow is immediately, I'm getting healing, 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 release. Yes, Ashe. Oh, message is quite clear. Foster rest. Okay, so I think the energy Eileen Change is bringing in for folks, the insight from the sacred feminine energy of those who wish to weave new stories, that perhaps in order to weave those stories, one has to come into closer relationship with what's happening in the body right now, and all the messages that the body might be giving you. Now, you can take that as really tangibly, literally, messages in the body, any pain that you might be having, what is it telling you, and how can explore how to release that. Know that the energy from the sacred feminine coming in is to help you release that, and that I'm wondering if some of what might need to be released in order to start really moving into the ability to weave new stories is some sense of pride. Normally, pride comes in to be really proud of, in a positive way, to be really proud of who you are and the authentic you that is, and to dismiss messages from the construct that you're not, that you're imperfect, that you're not yet worthy of something. And I think that that's always true, but for this reading, I am feeling like there's a way in which the new stories, the sacred feminine is saying the new story can't really come in until you release some sort of or land, right? Because it's like the new stories are there, they're in you, but the realization of them, there needs to be a release of something that's holding you back from seeing them, from fully noticing that you have shifted. And I'm going to move to this message here coming in from the divine feminine, to foster rest, to know that doing nothing is doing something, and in that you may be able to find release from old construct definitions, beliefs, and behaviors related to pride. The energy, a protective energy, is coming in for you around your soul star chakra. And the message is to stop waiting for the right moment. Everything you desire is available to you now. It's safe to take a leap. Now, I think that protective action, like, it's safe to take a leap, meaning it's safe to rest. Like, the leap for you is not action. This is someone who is very actionary, is moving through, does a lot of stuff, gets shit done, like is moving, is fast, is like, yep, I got my list. Even if you do your list in a non-linear way to help you activate the sacred feminine, you're still constantly moving. So there is an energy coming in that in order to weave new stories, part of the new story that needs to be weaved is resting, that doing nothing is doing something. And I think with Yarrow coming in, I'm going to pull that up here. Yarrow, for me, whenever Yarrow comes in a reading, it is about healing. Yarrow carries the energy of Venus, Mars. It also carries the elements of water, air, and earth. So really, again, offering a lot of elemental energy. What's going on, Bubba? Hi, baby, I'm right here. So, okay, this is really interesting. I'm just going to say it. So the other thing about my Onyx is a spirit dog. Onyx is a love hub. She makes her way to everyone, but we've been together for 8 years now, and I've noticed that she will make special longer visits with folks who she senses um, needs a little bit of extra love. And she is really, you can't see her, but she normally just sits in the room with me when I'm doing any kind of insight sessions or what have you. And she is fully, completely nudging me, wanting to be here, wanting to give love. And I think that goes out to, if not this whole group who's on this insight path or someone who's listening to this right now, it is really imperative that you step back, take some protective action for you to slow down, to understand that doing nothing is doing something, and to release whatever it is that your spirit has been telling you you need to release in order to step into the transmuted you, into the shifted timeline you. And if we think about the energy from Eileen Change, like, you know, she was in this, she had a very patriarchal father who didn't want to listen to her, that she was not well. And so the question for you is going to be, are there any patriarchy based definitions, beliefs, or behaviors that you're holding about your ability to go, to hold everything, and patriarchal beliefs around pride, which is going to be driven, pride from within the construct is rogue ego. And if so, know that, you know, so yarrow, as I was mentioning, it's healing. It was used by Chiron, the healing warrior, to heal the warrior Achilles. It also creates, the essence of yarrow is one of boundaries and borders, right? So controlling the flow and passage of forces. And it sounds like yarrow is coming in to help you create some boundaries, to help you create some boundaries and borders between you and everybody else, and so that you can protect, you can pull in some protection, and rest, and to take some time to listen to your inner voice. Yarrow indicates that it's time to consider who and what is allowed into your life. If you have a tendency to close down and limit yourself, consider opening to new people, situations, and even new spiritual allies. If you tend to be very open, perhaps you should pull back a bit and focus upon deepening the relationships you already have in your life. If you can help someone in need, someone who has been harmed, now is the time to offer aid, like Chiron offering yarrow to Achilles. And the message I'm getting here is that that is the I, that the if you can help someone in need, someone who has been harmed, now is the time to offer the aid. That is you. Now is the time to offer the aid to yourself, because you're a mover and a shaker and you're doing all this stuff for everybody else. Now is the time to turn that inward and to weave new stories about what it means to step into self-care. It's not selfish, right? So self-care, self-awareness is not the same as self-absorption. So that is something to think about. If there's anything else that's coming in for this group, the main thing for this group is release old stories so that you can write new stories about what you're worthy of in terms of taking care of yourself and being taken care of. And really rest, dear one. Rest. If you do have yarrow, maybe make some yarrow tea. If, you know, I'm not making medical, like, you know, if you're allergic to it, all that kind of stuff, don't do it. But if yarrow is something that is accessible to you, I just got the message for some folks, maybe make some yarrow tea. You can also just sit with the herb of yarrow. If you're growing it, sit with it, talk to it, be in relationship with it, and also will help you find a more healing path, so that you can write new stories about what you're worthy of. and know that you're being supported to release that which no longer serves you. All right, folks, those on the Eileen Change path, thank you so much for spending time here. I am deeply grateful for the energy you brought in. I am sending you so much love, 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 belonging, connection. You are not alone. You deserve rest. My energy is going to stay with me. Your energy is going to stay with you. Unfettered and infinite love and gratitude. Hello to those who chose Sappho and love. Sappho also comes with the message, the beloved, desire, taking flight. Before Plato and Homer, there was Sappho, born in 1630, returned to spirit in 570 BCE, a literary star of ancient Greece and the first female homoerotic poet. Plato called her the 10th muse, and her reputation has survived to this day. However, her song and lyre accompanied poetry of bittersweet love between women has been lost to time, fire, and religious disapproval. Only a few fragments remain. Welcome, Sappho, into the space. Thank you for being here. Let's see what else is coming in from the Sacred Feminine. We've got respect, harmony, cleansing action, hey baby, thorn apple, and truth. Oh, I love it, right? So, first of all, I just want to say I love that with Sappho arrived two separate cards from two separate oracles with two women sharing space. Actually, it's the Sacred Feminine. It's the Sacred Goddess, the triple goddess, and one of her, proteges. And then we have harmony coming in here with two women coming into harmony with each other is my assumption, but we'll get there. Let's see. So we've got respect showing up. And I think that this is about definitely respecting the whole of who you are. Very similar to how Sappho in the time where she was writing truth, that was her truth in terms of the love between women at a time that some of the cultures really didn't want to hear what she had to say, and moving into a timeline now where we don't even know a lot of what she offered because the construct has hidden it. So respect in that, insight for those who want to weave new stories. I love that. I'm just going to show the image of this card here. See the triple goddess and the protege down there. I think I'm going to read for this one. Let's read. I didn't read them for the rest because the message was pretty clear to me. But let's see. All right, so this is such a different energy and message from that which Charlotte Perkins Gilman brought in and Eileen Change brought in. This is more about, so this is about a journey of connecting to your muse, to your spirit guide. Insight for those who wish to weave new stories. Insight from the Sacred Feminine for those who wish to weave new stories. If you chose this one, you are being offered the consideration that what will help you weave new stories is a beginning, depending on where you are in your path, in your relationship with the spirit, with your spirit beliefs, that which you believe is spirit. So in this sense, it's being depicted as the triple goddess. So you can also think of it in terms of archetypal energy. You can also think of it as ancestor energy, your higher self, spirit guides. That the offering here is about deepening that relationship for folks who are already in relationship with a particular guide, offering some sort of, making some sort of offering. If you're in relationship with your ancestors, it's going to be about when was the last time you fed them or gave them drink. If it's a goddess energy, do you know like what type of flowers they like, or fruit or fruit, or any of those types of things that will just bring you into the space of reciprocity, of paying attention to that which they give you and that you are giving back, right? You are receiving and giving. Now, if you are not yet in that place on your path, like you are not yet cognitively working with a spirit guide, and you want to, right? Or you're not yet doing ancestor work and you want to, this energy is coming in to weave that new story, to weave the new story of being in relationship with them. Be curious, ask people questions about, what they're doing, read some books, research. You don't have to do it all on your own, though. You could also just go into your imagination with that timeline shift that we had a lot of, and are having, a lot has been activated. So it could mean that if you are an isolated healer or an isolated witch, you don't necessarily need to engage others. Eventually, I think you do, because that's this construct shift. The shift out of the construct is going to be deeply about connecting with each other and being in community, co-creating, co-weaving these new stories. But you may not be there yet. And so it may mean that you just are going deeper into your meditations and asking, or your journal writing, your creative works, and you're asking the question of how to show your respect and deepen your respect for the energies unseen that are supporting you. One of the offerings here is this integration tear of the mermaid, and it's an integration energy, and it's saying to cleanse that which might be blocking you from deepening this relationship. Allow yourself to feel and express your feelings freely. Clear emotional baggage that's holding you back. And that's really beautiful, because the body doesn't lie. I think there's a book called The Body Keeps Score. I think of it in terms of one of the ways that the construct controls, oppresses, and suppresses us is through blocking the power, the importance, and the powerful nature of our emotions. And when we block them, they get stuck in the body. And when they get stuck in the body, they then block our ability to connect with the whole of ourselves. This is offering you to have respect for that energy that wants to come in, and so clear the emotional baggage that's holding you back from engaging that energy. And I think Sappho, the energy that Sappho's bringing in is that perhaps, the way as a poet, she was considered a muse to others, and she likely had muses, and that's creative energy flowing from the sacral, right, and up and out. And a way to do that is to make sure that we're stepping into harmony with ourselves, full harmony with ourselves. And harmony meaning we are moving both in the matter and the ether. So respect for the spirit world, the ether, as well as love for the matter, our body, and the things that we might need to offer ourselves, so that our body, our matter, can be in harmony and in balance with our ether, our spirit. Now, what's really beautiful is thornapple coming in to this. Thornapple is associated with Venus, Saturn, Jupiter, and then the element water, and which I really love, right? Tear of the mermaid, that water part is coming in here. But thornapple is an indication. In divination, it is about messages that want to come in, either from above or below, and they're likely going to show up in your dreams. And so the offering is to make sure that you're paying attention to your dreams. It also could mean something around another person, your experience with another person, love, whether, platonic, intimate, however you define that. It's more probably likely divine love, like the idea of oneness and connecting in harmony and balance between your matter and your ether, and that your spirit, your higher self, is bringing in a message, insight from truth, meaning your North Star, what is true, the various truths to your most authentic selves. And it's saying to remember to seek clarity and build bridges and balance. So know that you're getting messages from your dreams, you're getting messages from your body, and to hold both of those in harmony with each other. One is not greater than the other. The idea that to put something into a hierarchy or to make things compete, that is of the construct. And I think the main thing that Sappho is bringing in is more what she rolled in through here with, and that's love. That you are so deeply held in love, and your body wants to bring that into balance, and your spirit wants to bring that into balance, meaning your higher self spirit as well as the spirits that are surrounding you. So start paying attention to your dreams. Think about when you're seeing, the number 8 is coming through really clearly. Think about if you are dreaming about anything that would signify clarity or bridges or a balance, pendulum, not pendulums, scales, like balance scales, like the Libra sign, like that kind of stuff. Pay attention to that, because those are the new stories to start weaving about transmuted and timeline shifted path, is like for what you want to create for the path, because it isn't without you. You create it. Yeah, let me see if there's any other messages from the Oracle for the respect piece. Ooh, okay, beautiful. We were talking about that. That the message that I got to give you was about bringing harmony between the ether and the matter of you, the unseen and the seen of you, the body and the spirit. The divination for this is your relationship with the divine will deepen as you realize that the relationship is synonymous to the one you have with yourself. So remember to seek clarity and build bridges and balance between yourself and between your matter and your ether, and to do it with love. It'll bring in the harmony. Pay attention to your dreams. Beautiful. Thank you so much. If this was your path, thank you for bringing your energy in. I'm super grateful. My energy is going to stay with me. Your energy is going to stay with you. Sending so much compassion, grace, kindness, love out into the world to each of you as individuals and to the collective as a whole for the greater good of all. Unfettered and infinite love and gratitude.